Hi everyone, Michelle Ragusa-McBain here. And today I want to talk to you about a very important topic, which is one of my favorite things in the IT technology channel ecosystem, is the events, the network and community, where we all come together, we listen, learn, and have some fun. Unfortunately, in a pandemic COVID-19 2020, many of those events, which we were used to being as road warriors, seeing each other face to face during those conferences, at the hotel lobby bar, after those conferences, have all been paused indefinitely. Many have either been paused, canceled, or redirected or reimagined into a new virtual conference. So I would like to share 6 key tips and tricks on how you can have a successful virtual conference, whether you're the person hosting the conference, whether you're a participant or speaker at the conference, or whether you're an attendee at that conference. How can you get the most rewards for having a virtual conference in a pandemic new normal? Number 1, we all have to think about companies that we knew and love that were too scared to reimagine possibilities. They plateaued in their comfort and normalcy, and unfortunately, they went the way of the dodo bird. They no longer are with us. So as you look at other companies that are pioneers in innovation and thinking outside of the box, you really want to consider which of these 2 worlds you want to belong to. And if I were you, I would highly recommend thinking of ways that you can reimagine the best possibilities to do and be successful with the limitations that we have and the opportunities. Imagine the best possibilities to do and be successful with the limitations that we have and the opportunities that are also available. You want to have energy with intention. You have to think very clearly about the spark that is an in-person event. Where is your confetti? Where is your engagement? Where is your networking? What is the most popular reason that people go to conferences? It is ideally for the prospects and the networking. So if you do not have the ability to do those things, then your engagement is going to fall short of what an in-person event can provide. However, you have a lot of opportunities. By not having an in-person event, there are many budget savings. You don't have to pay for the conference halls, for the food, for the entertainment. So you can repurpose that funds towards other ideas to really be innovative and think outside of the box. One of the things that I have found most exciting has been sort of in the concept of The Greatest Showman and Hugh Jackman. He buys that wax museum and he comes home and there's nobody attending it. It just didn't have the same reality as his dreams and expectations. And his daughters, right before they go to sleep, say, "Dad, you just need something more real, more interesting, more exciting." What are you doing to pique that curiosity and to provide some life and that showmanship that you can still allow to do virtually versus in person? So when you think of that concept, you want to think of a couple things. I've seen some really intriguing ways that people have innovated in a social distance society. I have seen comedians and magicians on Zoom. I have seen educational learnings and happy hours via 8x8 and WebEx and Star to Star. I have seen donations to charitable relationships and philanthropic organizations for people that are really trying to give back in a time of need. So there's a lot of great ways to create enthusiasm and celebrate your successes together. So do you have energy with an intention? In addition to that, you do not have the limitations of finding great speakers that have to fly to your event that might be pre-booked, because people right now can do multiple speaking engagements in one day because there's no flights to and from. There's no TSA lines of security checks. You can go from one meeting to the next and quickly engage with wonderful groups and collaborate and share insights and wisdom. So your sky is the limit in terms of finding wonderful speakers for your event. You can also have musical performances. Have many different things that really think outside the box to help entertain and create that buzz. You really want to think about the platform and the capabilities that your platform provides. Do you have the ability to stay engaged and stay connected? Meaning, do you leverage the chat window? Do you have polling? Do you have speakers that are enthusiastic and get people's attention? I would think of this as a basketball game with the cheerleaders on the sideline. Oftentimes, when you're in a keynote, and I often like to sit in the front row, one, I'm short, and two, I love to be right in the midst of what the speaker is soaking in. So if I could sneak my way to the front, I do. And you want to really hear and understand and listen and learn. But while I'm there, I don't get to network. So one of the best opportunities is for both the speaker and the host and the participants to be able to be in that chat window, engaging with each other, sharing insights, joining conversations, asking questions. So if you have a chat window that is crickets, you need a rally cry. You need somebody on your team, somebody that's hosting the event. You need people to pay attention to that chat and engage and participate. One of the most recent chats that I was in at Channel Partners was so incredible because the whole window had 100 people deep in a conversation, and that just would not happen at an in-person event. Everybody would be sitting quietly in their seats listening. However, here we can all be a part of the conversation. So that actually is a great benefit to the virtual conference. You also want to think about the preparation and technology. If you are going to succeed, you need preparation. And in order to do that, you really want to understand your technology and your capabilities, both on your end as the host and from the participant or viewer's perspective. So a week before the event starts, the day before the event starts, a couple hours before the event starts, you want to make sure that you're meeting with your speakers, that you see visuals of what it looks like from your attendees' point of view, that you're able to understand and hear clearly. If you're using virtual backgrounds, that's fine, but notice sometimes people lose limbs if they don't have proper screens. You also have the ability for people to sometimes get jumbled in the conversation, so you want to make sure if they need a headset or if you can adequately hear the person speaking and they're not dropping in and out of tone. This is very important to having a clear communication. You might want to also ensure that the people that are on the other line are hardwired into the Ethernet versus Wi-Fi. That actually happened to me where myself and my husband Jay were both working on the exact same webinar at the exact same time, and a monsoon happened to roll by in Florida monsoon season. And he was hardwired in and I was not. So I lost connection and it was pretty jumbled and he was able to stay online. So you don't want that to happen. You also want to make sure that you have proper lighting and visibility. I'll just give you a brief example of how important that is. If you are dark and in the shadows, that can make a big difference in terms of your connections. So you want to make sure that you're properly lit and people can see, hear, and connect with the speaker. You also want to make sure that you're on the right time zone, the date that you have scheduled your speaker. I've had a few events of people just starting out in virtual conferences who did not send a calendar invite. And I know people that have gotten double booked or not realized, and it seems like table stakes, but you'll be surprised how the low-hanging fruit and making sure all your I's are dotted and T's are crossed are so relevant and important into having a very successful event. You also want to think about who's on screen. And here's the most important thing I can tell you. People do not remember what you say. They remember how you made them feel. They don't remember the PowerPoint slides. They don't remember what exactly you went through in the keynote. They remember that you made them laugh, that you made them cry, that you inspired them. Every time you deliver a message, you have to do it with intention. And as Simon Sinek would say, you have to imagine what your why is and what's in it for them. So you want to make sure that you're having that human connection and expressing something that really lights up your audience and connects with them and inspires them. Those are the best ways to have great engagement and conversation. Finally, you want to think about keeping it social. And this is very important because every event has a hashtag, and you can really socialize your event by pre-recording sessions, adding them to YouTube, cascading it afterwards to amplify the message if you want to be more open, inclusive versus being more restrictive. You also want to make sure that you're sharing content in a way that allows people to engage. If you have something that they want to talk about, share a picture of the event. Share a quote. What was the favorite thing that you heard today? Who is the favorite person you heard speak? What is your biggest obstacle? And share a quick little video or comment and have that conversation take place on Twitter, on Instagram, and Facebook groups, and continue to amplify and drive your messaging. The importance of a solid event and a successful event is to have the right engagement, to have the right networking and offside ability for people to come together, to have conversations and to communicate, and to allow people to leave feeling inspired with tactical tips and strategies that help them overcome their challenges. I hope that helps you, and I really look forward to joining and participating in many virtual events in 2021. I wish you all a very happy Thanksgiving. Stay safe, stay healthy, and until next time, stay social.